This is the Kel Tec PMR-30. Hey everybody, thanks for watching Peace, Love, and Guns. Today we have a very special treat for you coming from an undisclosed location in South Texas. This is the Kel Tec PMR-30. It shoots the 17 HMR. I wish it did shoot the 17 HMR. That would be sick. It shoots the 22 Win Mag, as it says right there proudly on the top of the slide portion of this. This gun is kind of a neat little concept. It's super lightweight. It has the Kel Tec kind of waffle grip looking pattern there. The magazine holds 30 rounds of 22 Magnum. So that's kind of neat. I remember when this first came out, there was a bunch of advertising suggesting that it'd make a great backup pistol, showing your primary weapon has 30 rounds. How about your secondary weapon having 30 rounds? And it shows like some uber badass kind of military type with a tactical vest and his AR-15 slung, and then he's got a Kel Tec inside of his load-bearing vest. I don't know if I recommend it for that purpose, but it's a pretty cool gun. I could see it fitting fun target shooting roles, being low recoil, or relatively low recoil. Probably a pretty good little utility gun for being around out on the ranch, and just an overall fun gun. Perhaps it can be stretched into a home defense role for like grandma or something if you want a really low recoil option, but I would really kind of suggest teaching grandma how to shoot a 9mm. But who knows, maybe there's some concerns about being able to rack a full-size 9 slide. It does have this nice Picatinny rail on it, so as we always recommend here on Peace, Love, and Guns, put a flashlight on your gun for home defense because target acquisition is paramount. No, you don't have to point a flashlight at somebody, point a gun at somebody. You can use the periphery to identify targets with, but that's super important in a home defense situation. But anyway, that might be kind of a stretch use for this thing. Why don't we shoot it and just have some fun? Today we're going to be shooting primarily the CCI VMAX 22 Win Mag. It advertises 2,200 feet per second, and that's probably out of a rifle length barrel, so we're probably going to be getting around 18 or something like that out of the barrel length on the PMR-30. So yeah, kind of a cool little bullet. Looks like a little rocket ship, so that means it's super awesome. It is a 30 grain projectile, which is about half the mass of your AR-15 22 caliber projectiles, since the AR-15 is in fact a 22 ostensibly. And it's reaching velocities, approaching velocities that you would expect at the terminal end of where your AR-15 bullets are hitting. So up close, this does have some potential use as a home defense weapon if you think that the AR-15 has use at range. It's kind of a similar ballistic effect on the target at close range. So that's kind of the premise under which we say this can be kind of pushed into a self-defense role, but it's not super encouraged. Plus, it's a Kel Tec, and these things are known for not being like amazingly reliable. And it's a Rimfire gun, which again isn't known for being amazingly reliable. But they are fun. This gun has been compared to the FN57 in some regards, somewhat because it has a small lightweight projectile that's traveling at a very high velocity, which pistol rounds typically go around anywhere from 900 FPS to 1200, 1300 FPS. This is approaching more rifle velocities. The FN57 does that as well. This actually kind of has an FN57 look from the rear, and it feels kind of 5.7-ish in that in order to fit in these long cartridges, they have to kind of make the grip wide. So there's a couple similarities there. This has a 1911 style battery of arms, kind of. You've got the kind of 1911 style safety. Your safety is ambidextrous. up is safe, sweep down with the thumb for fire. It's not like the 1911 in terms of the battery of arms, with regard to the fact that with a 1911 you can't actually rack the slide when the safety's on, so this is kind of nice. This does that. Ergonomically, this thing feels pretty good. I've got kind of small hands for a guy. This is how it fits in my hands, and I don't know, feels pretty good. It's definitely a longer grip. It's thin. If it was anything higher caliber, it might be too thin to mitigate recoil comfortably or something, but this should be just fine. It feels really good. The magazine release is on the bottom. It's kind of a European style. We press that and we can pull the magazine out. The magazine is a 30 round double stack. You can see the width of it there, and you can kind of see down into the magazine where it starts stacking. The sights are a 3-dot fiber optic variety. You've got a nice bright neon green fiber optic up front and a nice bright orange fiber optic in back. Looking at that on the camera, or looking at that off camera here a few moments ago, it seemed pretty good.
Length.
You have a fixed feed ramp on the inside, so since this is a fixed barrel, you don't have kind of to deal with, from a design standpoint, the Browning rotating barrel assembly like you do with most modern handguns. So that probably is a cost-saving measure, as well as a reliability enhancing and make it easier to design standpoint. The rounds, as they feed into the gun, are just slamming straight forward and going up a very tiny feed ramp to get loaded into the breech. Your magazine release, which is European style, is ambidextrous because you can get at it with either thumb. This doesn't bother me too much for the uses that I would use this gun in, and it's actually kind of natural. You don't have a button and drop free, but I mean, that's not too terribly slow. Let's shoot this. All right, here we go. Kel Tec PMR-30, first shots. Let's see how she goes.
Let's pop the wet targets. Spalling broke that one.
Yeah. All right.
That's cool. Let me get you from this side now.
All right, first impressions. It's got a pretty light trigger. Like, I didn't expect that. It looked like a single double action or something. It feels single action-y.
Nice and tight.
It's not tight. It's light and long. It feels like if I was a better shot, I might be able to hit the target every single time. Mm-hmm. It's got a nice report too.
Yeah,
it's really
almost like an AR.
It's really bassy, and yeah, I like that. We're gonna shoot the Whataburger cup over there. And thing to remember, it is a kind of a 1911 style battery arm. So when you want to shoot, you have to take the safety off. All right, so let's go ahead and shoot that Whataburger cup over there, filled with some old soda. Huh. I put the safety off and then it didn't want to go. All right, so safety off, and well, there it went. It's losing a little bit of fluid out there. So the trigger is actually, it's indistinct, but it's super light. It's like concerningly, I want to say it's good. I could get used to it, but it's not what I expect out of this gun at all.
Well, you're rubbish with it.
Am I hitting high?
You're going all around it. A little high and to the left, a little high, yeah.
Feels good, but I mean, yeah, I feel like those shots were like mostly on. I don't know what's going on there. Like, I feel like when I'm squeezing those off, for the most part, it was good sight alignment.
Let me try. Oh, wow, yeah.
You're rubbish with that. You suck at it.
Classic rimfire problems.
How far off to the right was that? Oh, you shot the can. Okay.
Oh, wow. I hope we got that.
Shoot the plates.
I am. That one's just not ringing when we hit it.
It's ringing.
That one is, but when I go over here, that's ringing?
Yeah. When you hit it, it's ringing.
I don't know if we're hitting that or not.
All
I'm
right.
gonna go move it.
All right, I'm gonna try doing 2 and 2.
Sure.
Okay, so that's super fun. She gets warm. God damn, it gets hotter than a $2 pistol. Magazine's pretty easy to load. They do snap in, just like you know, like your AR mag. You can just boop. One interesting fact about the witness holes on these mags, they're on the wrong side, in my opinion. It'd be nice if they put it on both sides. I'm a big fan of ambi stuff.
All right, let's hit that melon. It's not as exciting as I thought it would be. You want to go down and take a look? 2 hits. One on the left, one in the center. There's the exit. Yeah, that's pretty horrific. But that's the point. So we're gonna do 5 shots in each mag, and the first mag only has 2 in it because that's what we've got. So let's see how fast you can shoot the gun and reload it from the holster. It's a pretty cool little holster. Whenever you're ready. Threat!
It's over her. It was weird, it was getting hung up. Hey, now it can't elope. That, my friends, is the Kel Tec PMR-30. We would like to thank the generous host that allowed us to shoot this today. That was very cool of him. We even shot all of his ammo up. That was very nice of him to allow us to do. So this is Will with Peace, Love, and Guns and Jimlock23 reporting to you from an undisclosed location in South Texas, saying, be good, we love ya, and keep shooting.